We typically identify Chinese food by the numbing heat of Sichuan or the refined dim sum of Canton. But tucked away in an eastern inland province, shrouded in the mist of the Yellow Mountains, is a culinary tradition that developed in near total isolation. This is Anhui Cuisine, often referred to as the mountain hermit of China's 8 great cuisines. It is a menu built entirely out of wild forests instead of cultivated farms. Its most famous dish emits an odor so pungent, it is literally named after the smell of decay. To survive, the locals turned to the ancient forests. They foraged wild Wenjiang bamboo shoots, harvested mushrooms from old trees, and hunted lean stone frogs found in mountain caves. Because these ingredients were scarce and wild, cooks developed the concept of dietetic invigoration. This is the practice of preparing food specifically to improve health and vitality. Cooks selected herbs like ginseng, wolfberry, and angelica root to calibrate bitter, sweet, and salty elements, using them to actively maintain internal physical harmony in a harsh, damp climate. The mountain didn't merely provide calories. Its rugged environment dictated a deeply medicinal approach to survival that defined the entire Anhui diet. Wild mountain ingredients are naturally tough and lean. They cannot be cooked using rapid, high-heat stir-frying, so chefs relied on these thick earthenware clay pots to master the art of the slow simmer. Anhui chefs perfected slow and steady cooking, relying on long braising to break down connective tissues and extract the essence of foraged plants and game. To unify these disparate wild flavors, they applied heavy doses of locally pressed rapeseed oil. This thick oil provides a rich mouthfeel and helps adjust the taste of wild ingredients. They also use Jinhua ham as a foundational seasoning. By boiling the dry-cured pork into their stocks, they injected a massive dose of umami, a deep, savory taste, into their slow-cooked broths. This specific combination of thyme, heavy oil, and clay transformed tough forest scraps into rich, highly digestible nutrients. At the extreme end of Anhui's culinary culture is intentional fermentation. Hairy tofu is produced by allowing tofu to grow edible white mycelium, a process that breaks down plant proteins into savory amino acids. The most famous example of this preservation culture, stinky mandarin fish, appeared about 200 years ago through a logistics accident. Fishermen transporting mandarin fish layered them with salt in wooden barrels to prevent decay. On the journey, temperatures inside the barrels reached 28 degrees Celsius, triggering a precise biochemical fermentation. The result was a pungent, odor-heavy exterior that protected a uniquely tender, savory flesh. Once braised with fresh ginger and fiery chili, the odor transforms into a fragrance compared to aged cheese. For the isolated people of Anhui, time and decay were not signs of rot, but tools harnessed for culinary perfection. How did this pungent, foraged peasant food become the elite banquet cuisine of China's wealthiest class? Because they could not farm their rugged terrain, the men of Huizhou became a dominant traveling commercial force. By the Ming Dynasty, over 70% of the male population was engaged in trade across China. As they established commercial leagues in coastal cities like Shanghai, they imported their hometown chefs to serve them. At one point, Shanghai alone had over 500 restaurants specializing in Anhui cuisine. The elevation of the style was formalized by Li Hongzhang, a prominent Qing dynasty statesman from Anhui. He served these complex mountain stews at high-status diplomatic banquets, cementing their position in imperial society. The merchants used their massive wealth to export their rugged mountain identity, turning foraged survival food into a status symbol for the rest of the empire. In the modern era, the heavy oils and salts that once ensured survival in the mountains present a new challenge. This chart compares the 8 great cuisines by their nutritional profile. Anhui cuisine boasts the highest protein levels, but also a massive 63% pro-inflammatory index, the highest in China. A pro-inflammatory dish is one containing ingredients or methods known to trigger internal inflammation. The tradition faced a massive shift in February 2020, when the government instituted a total ban on the consumption of terrestrial wildlife, removing many of the cuisine's foundational ingredients. Chefs adapted by creating new Anhui cuisine, a sustainable approach that reduces oil and salt while preserving the earthy, foraged aesthetic of mushrooms and bamboo. Anhui cuisine is a living, adapting record of its extreme geography and historical resilience, proving that even a mountain hermit must continue to evolve.